This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from the Kassam Stadium where it finished Oxford United 1,
Millwall 1.
Disappointing, to be honest, if we're driving away with only a point. Yes, positives, we're still unbeaten, but that was the game there for the taking, and we, second half we just didn't look like we wanted to win the game, and that's really disappointing because, there's been a lot of praise for Harris, quite rightly, and I don't think he deserves to get booed at the end, but you've got to look to want to take it to teams that are struggling, and Oxford looked woeful defensively, certainly in the first half, and it felt like if we just continued to attack, we would have scored more goals, but we didn't really do that. We just, second half we put Bradshaw on and run it there, but Bradshaw and Honeyman run around a lot, but didn't really win the ball back and didn't create anything attacking wise. But before we go any further, there's the FA Cup draw. We'll do that live 7 o'clock on the YouTube channel, so if you fancy coming to watch that, we'll have all the stats of each team we're playing. It's normally a good fun, and it'll be a bit interactive. So we'll do a live YouTube video tomorrow for the FA Cup draw. Stick a like on the video if you don't mind, and get yourself subscribed to the Millwall drive home. We had obviously the debacle of Portsmouth, and yet we made 2 changes. The fact that we didn't even play, but we didn't need the floodlights today. We had Jensen in goal, a back 4 of Ryan Leonard, Tanganga, Sean Hutchinson and Joe Bryan, Saville and Denor in midfield. The right midfield was the SA, left was Aziz, central attacking midfield was Honeyman, in behind Coburn, who started. Aziz by far best player today. He done quite a lot. He looked really good in an attacking sense. Taking players on, passing at the right time. SA again, I thought was a little bit quiet. Didn't really.
It doesn't look like his touch is where it used to be.
Yeah,
it looks a bit far away from him instead of how it used to be, very close and tight to him.
Coburn had a tough first half up against 2 centre backs, but I thought that he, like I said, he put himself about, got on the ball a few times and linked the play.
He did not deserve to get taken off.
Well, he might be injured, but yeah, he didn't. He certainly didn't deserve to get taken off. So hopefully not. It's not an injury, but it'd make more sense if it was an injury. Oxford looked like they were going to counter us a few times, to be fair, because most of the half was played in the Oxford. Most of the game was played in the Oxford half certainly in the first half, without us really doing the right thing. We had a lot of corners, a lot of throw-ins, but we didn't really create too much from open play, which was the disappointing thing, because like I said, I felt that they were vulnerable and fragile. But the first chance of the game falls to Oxford. We're pushing forward. It's a bad bit of play by Joe Bryan. I think it's 2 defenders on 2. He's got to play the ball out, but he tries to play across the pitch. He gets intercepted. He then gets beat 1-on-1. Fortunately, Casper Denor comes back and puts some pressure on the Oxford United striker, who, to be fair to him, hits a really good shot, and Jensen's made an excellent save, which wasn't really going top left hand corner, but he hit it with some pace, and Jensen's had to make a diving save to put it behind for a corner. That was pretty much all Oxford did in the first half, but like I said, we had a lot of possession, a lot of attacking intent in the first half. Aziz causing them problems, but we didn't create enough chances, and that's disappointing. One chance we did create was just after our goal. Was I think it was Aziz had a shot, didn't he? And then it bounced back out to Bryan, who also had a shot, and it was deflected wide. The goal comes from a set piece, which we've been excellent at this year. A really good delivery from Joe Bryan, floats it to the back post, and Tanganga's come charging in and headed the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0. Like I said, with the attacking pressure that we had, probably deserved to be ahead at half time, and a couple of attacking subs or to keep that momentum, I think we would have probably comfortably won the game. It didn't pan out like that. Second half came, Coburn went off, Bradshaw came on, and we kind of sat a little bit deeper, gave Oxford a little bit more time on the ball, and they ended up with more possession in the game. Which, yes, there's no doubt in the fact that Oxford aren't a bad, so they're not a bad side. Although I thought that, you know, they'll struggle to stay in this division if I'm being completely honest. But I felt that they were the more attacking in the second half, without again looking like they were actually going to score. I didn't think neither team looked like scoring in the second half, and it took a moment of magic really from Goodwin. He had the ball on the edge of the box. We don't close him down. Hutch has gone off injured. Murray Wallace has come on. Murray Wallace is in front of him, doesn't close him down, and it comes from a time where Honeyman's on the pitch and it shows a bit of composure, shows a bit of he had a bit of time on the ball, and he's just shanked it right into the middle of the pitch and allowed them to continue their attack. And like I said, forced Goodwin on the edge of the box, or Goodwin, and Wallace doesn't close him down, and it's a fantastic strike. There's no getting around that. The ball's smashed into the top right hand corner. Jensen has absolutely no chance, and it's like I said, it's really disappointing because I felt that Oxford deserved the point from that. They just never looked like scoring, and you give them that much possession in and around your box and you don't close the ball down, you're inviting that kind of shot, and he's absolutely buried it. Another thing, I can't stand these 12:30 kickoffs. It was a really poor away end. I thought it was
shocking.
We sung reasonably well after we scored on a couple of times through the game, but it's really hard to get your peckers up, the momentum going when it's it's so early. Who's your man of the match?
Probably Jaffa Tanganga. He's out next match because he got an early booking, which was
harsh. I thought it was the first tackle of the match, and he might have been the wrong side, but they were holding each other, and Tanganga's picked up the yellow card, which means he will miss the game against Coventry next week, which might mean we've got Murray Wallace and Wes Harding as our starting centre backs, which will be an interesting watch, especially against Frank Lampard and Joe Edwards. But it's hard not to say Tanganga. He's been an absolute breath of fresh air in terms of Championship football. He made a great recovery tackle. He looked like the player was the wrong side of him in the second half, and somehow managed to get himself back goal side and clear the ball. He really is a class above most of the players on the pitch every single week. And I felt Aziz, like I said, I thought Aziz played really well. I was disappointed. You've got players like Maku and Ivanovic and Langstaff on the bench. Langstaff comes on for a minute at the end, which seems absolutely pointless. I would say I thought the ref had a very poor game today. James Lillington. I think they had more fouls given against them than we did, and yet we picked up 4 bookings. It was some really baffling decisions. I felt like he didn't control the game very well. A couple of times their players were down right off one of them was off the pitch. One of them had a finger injury. You're thinking, just take him off the pitch and let him get treated. I don't know why you're letting him get treated on the pitch, but then the other one was off the pitch and he stopped the game in injury time. So a few baffling decisions by him, but there's no getting around it. The fact that we lost today, or didn't win the game today, lost 3 points because of our attitude in the second half. And sometimes you just got to wear it. Sometimes as a coach it's on you. And today was one of those days, but we'll go again next week. We appreciate you watching. So do you want to say anything else?
Not really, no.
You're going to have a nap now. Even though the good thing about the early kick-off is we'll probably be home by 5 o'clock. So thank you very much for watching the Millwall Drive Home. Catch us tomorrow on the YouTube live. On Monday for the FA Cup 3rd round draw, 7 o'clock. Don't watch it anywhere else, just watch it with us. It should be a laugh. So thank you very much for watching the Millwall Drive Home. One way we can end it, no one likes us.
We don't care.